I'm gonna be in the woods if the moon falls out of the sky and lands in the ocean. Y'all ever do that? No? Okay. They're shooting hogs out of a helicopter, wrestling a Burmese python. He's not in the club anymore because he doesn't have his priorities straight in life. We're in here at the football field, and I am standing next to this sawtooth acorn tree we planted about 10 years ago, and it hasn't produced any acorns. And to be honest with you, I was trying to get them to cut it down myself. We got a box somewhere over in here in the woods for rifle season. But look at that. She's pumping them out. A lot of caps on the ground. I don't think they found them yet. But if she's producing, she gets to live. That's amazing that it took this long, because we were worried that it needed some kind of partner or whatever, and people told us, nah, other oak trees will cross-pollinate to it. So it started producing. That's the first thing I want to show you in this field. There's two more. So we planted half of this field. If you watch the, it was either the vlog where we were planting or the planting food plots. So we planted this half, and it looks really good. We'll walk out in there in a second. We didn't plant this half, and there's brassica radish coming up all over it. That's just, I guess, the bulbs that were in the ground. I talked about our deer didn't really eat them that well, but the bulbs that were in the ground must have reseeded, and it is loaded. I mean, there is so much radish, and look, like something that big bite off that. Loaded with radish. So, sorry, I just sent y'all on a roller coaster. So that's pretty unexpected. That is not at all what I expected this half the field look like. I expected there to be nothing over here, and then great grass and forage soybean and rapeseed over here. But hey, we'll take it. There's nothing wrong with extra food. I mean, food is the name of the game. So we are walking through the football field, a little thinner on that upper part, but looks pretty fantastic out in here. And I was trying to find a soybean. There's rapeseed all over it, but looking through, just trying to see, they're already eating the grass. Obviously there's some woods grass that grows up, but you know, this broader leaf, you know, that's all the seed we planted. It actually looks fantastic, especially in this end. See, they're eating all that in this end up here where the shade hits a little earlier, stays a little later. I wish I could find a soybean. We got like a fuzzy stem, which, watching the footage back, I'm sure I'll see like 1,000 of them. Here we go. Okay. This right here is the forage soybean. Right there. Maybe you can see it. See how fuzzy it is? more of a rounded leaf. I don't want to stay in here too long. I mean, it is Friday, the week before deer season. That might be one. Yeah. That is definitely a forage soybean. Oh, fuzzy. So, that's awesome. I'm pumped. I think the grass we got, what you saw, it kind of flooded while we were planting. But that, I said the grass we got. The rain we got, the rain we got while we were planting, gonna be clutch. And it hasn't rained since. So, I know this is a weird way to think about it, but, you know, people are saying, man, if we get one more rain, you know, that grass will just explode. And I'm like, the grass has exploded. Most people hadn't planted. So it's a win-win for us. I mean, if it doesn't rain again for a few weeks, nobody else is going to have grass. And we are. If it rains again, ours is going to get even better. So I was a little selfish, but limited resources. Got to prioritize limited resources and try and get your limited resources better than the neighbors. Sorry, Brandon. Man, me and Chris were watching the blog. Maybe it was last week. It was the turtle one. And Jordan was with me. Jordan, great guy. He took 2 pictures of me, and I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm smiling with my mouth shaped as a frown. Like, I'm smiling and my mouth shaped like that. And we got to laughing so hard because I looked like such an idiot. And I started trying to recreate, you know, like smiling with your, I don't even know how I did it, but we got to laughing so hard. I mean, I look uglier than the snapping turtle. Hogs in here in the east wall where I hope to hunt opening day, but the wind looks awful right now. If the wind's northeast, I cannot hunt this stand, so it's gonna be sad. And I'm not gonna hunt the wrong wind, so we'll just pivot. But I figured since I was coming in here, go ahead and bring the easy hanger and get it up there. One less thing I have to do on the day of. So in here at the southwest line, at this big white oak we looked at earlier in the year, had a couple white oak acorns on the ground earlier, but there's none left. There's some caps. I hope there's got to still be some hanging on, but this be one of those trees right on the edge of the field where you load up your pocket, you know, full of 30 or 40 rocks and drop them out of the stand while you sit there. Y'all ever do that? No? Okay. I'd hoped we'd be able to put a lock on up somewhere in there. We just didn't get around to it. So we're back on the climber this year in this slick bark tree, and we go up to the stratosphere. I would guess it's, I don't know, probably 35 feet roundabout. But my brother Michael, who y'all will eventually meet, he's not in the club anymore because he doesn't have his priorities straight in life. But he'll be down here at some point. But he was up there early bow season, and he took a selfie with no shirt on. I mean, freaking goober. I'm really excited for y'all to hang out with all the people. you're gonna get to meet some characters. This is Jackson and Jason's opening day hunting spot, I think, depending on the wind. And we got them dialed in. Big high hopes that Jackson smokes one opening day. He's been practicing, he's dialed in with crossbow, and it'd be really cool for him to kill his first buck in here. And Jason's gonna try and video it, so that'd be awesome. There's one really good buck in here, Stretch. And a few pretty bucks. That would be cool if Jackson smoked them. Decided for us to be sort of sitting around in the cabin, around the campfire, and y'all listening to their stories. Sorry. No, it'll be fun. I mean, that is, though, that's sort of the challenge with a hunting story. Every successful deer hunting story could be summed up like pretty short. He came out where I was. I mean, so how do you take that to what we turn them into? But that's part of the fun. So cool news. My dad and I are going to get to hunt a special opportunity area in mid-January, the 15th through the 18th, I believe. Upper State is the name of the place. It's in Clark County. To make a short story long, he was drawn as an alternate. If you're familiar with how those SOA hunts in Alabama work, then you can air your grievances in the comments and I will support you. But he was drawn as an alternate, and then apparently guys turned it down for preference points, whatever. And so we're gonna hunt it, Clark County, January 15th through 18th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We probably will go home Saturday night, but it's a little south even of where we are here in Crenshaw County. We're at the very top of Crenshaw County. There's a little bitty, like, small little maybe finger at the top of Crenshaw County, and we're at the very top of that. And then Clark County is further west, southwest of us, almost Mississippi really. But so I would imagine their rut is late like ours, maybe even later than ours, but we should be in that pre-rut action. We could have scouted it this weekend, but or actually Saturday. What's today? Friday. We could have scouted it tomorrow, but we're just too busy, so we're gonna go in blind. Old school climber on our back and looking for deer sign. Try and find some deer sign, climb on them. The thing I'm most excited about, which will be controversial no doubt, is the new moon is January 18th. And I get it, right? Like, there's studies that tell you, everyone will say, the new moon doesn't affect deer movement. Actually, I saw something the other day, and the guy was like, yeah, it doesn't affect deer movement at all. And then later on, he's like, it affects it by a couple minutes either way. And I was like, you moron. Like, you know how many bucks would be alive or dead based on 2 minutes? 2 minutes either way. So, soapbox. But we have had incredible success around the new moon, like a couple days either way of the new moon on our property. And that's going back a long time. Let's see, I wrote something down like, yeah, at one point we had killed 15 of 17 bucks. This was over, 3-4 year span. 15 of the 17 bucks we had killed was within those 5 days. So if you put the new moon on the third day, two days after or 2 days before, we had killed 15 to 17 bucks around that new moon. Now, we got like turned on to that. Well, that's a weird way to say that. Pause. We, like, when we became aware of that, obviously we started prioritizing hunting the new moon. But even that, it's like, you know, you're probably exactly like me. I'm going to be in the woods if the moon falls out of the sky and lands in the ocean. Like, I don't care. You know, I'm going to be hunting no matter what. But when we figured that out, we did sort of prioritize, you know, like taking days off if the new moon was on, you know, a Monday or Tuesday, whatever, to get down here. So if you have strong feelings about the new moon or full moon, people seem to have preference either way, and you want to go ahead and hash it out in the comments below, that'd be fantastic. I will come into this video and take the new moon side, and just because of historical data. So if like a few of y'all could take the new moon, a few of you could take the full moon, maybe a few of you take, it don't matter at all. And then y'all just fight it out in the comments, and we have like 100 comments on this video. That'd be fantastic for our engagement. It's wholesome and harmless to argue about the new moon, or the moon phases, in my opinion. Obviously, we want cold fronts. I mean, I feel like we all kind of land solid on that. Then you get into other things that are just like, why do you care about how someone else decides to hunt if it's legal? I'm gonna stay out of all that, but yeah, y'all don't ever let your favorite deer feed ride shotgun. This video will post on opening day of bow season. Hallelujah! I got high hopes for that first week. We'll probably build in a little buffer, so if I do shoot one opening week, you probably won't hear about it until a week and a half to 2 weeks later, because we'll build in a little space for us. We've never done this before. I don't know how much is going to go into it from a turnaround standpoint, but I hope we can make really high quality videos that are really entertaining. We kind of start to grow the channel, find people that really connect with what we're doing, how we're doing it, and start to grow so that we can invest back into the channel. We've got a lot of ideas, but there got to be growth to happen for that, which last time I checked we were like 260 subs, and like, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate you watching. I mean, if you're at this point in a vlog, I don't know where this will be in the vlog, but your commitment level is high to this channel, and I really appreciate it. You know, we see everybody that likes it. Just people that go above and beyond and comment on the videos. Like, it means a lot, and I try and respond to every single one of those myself. And I appreciate you guys being here. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna one day. I do have faith. You know, I think the Lord has blessed me to have amazing people in my life and just great opportunities in deer hunting. I just, you know, being David Wooten's son, I mean, most people aren't blessed like that to have a dad like him that just prioritized, you know, every man needs a hobby, and if you don't figure out what that hobby is and then prioritize making that a part of your life, then you're going to fill that void with things you shouldn't. So I've been very blessed to meet amazing people, and even since we started doing this, you know, people have reached out that want us to come, you know, hunt with them in different places, and I can't wait. So I do believe if you know, everything goes according to plan, and God lets it happen, then we're going to be big one day. But, you know, right now we're at 260 something subscribers, and I appreciate you being one of those 260 something subscribers. Like, it just, you know, it doesn't, you could be watching anything, and I don't know why you're watching me. Honestly, I just don't, I don't view myself as that entertaining. But you know, hopefully we are going to have a lot of people on this channel that are relatable, uh, and will grow, and you'll be able to look back and be like, I was there when, you know, that guy was basically sitting in the side by side and not doing anything, and now look at them. They're shooting hogs out of a helicopter, wrestling a Burmese python, or catching tarpon with Captain Ned, or hunting mule deer, chasing elk, hunting in Saskatchewan. That's my dad's dream hunt, and I would love to make that happen for him. He's still spry, you know, he ain't going nowhere, but I don't want to take it for granted, and I would love to get to there. That's a huge dream. Actually, every 2 weeks I have a reminder that goes off. Man, every 2 weeks I have a reminder that goes off that is Saskatchewan hunt with D. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but like, that'd be incredible. He's always talked about that, and I'd love to be able to do that with him. And I think this will be, you know, the vehicle that creates opportunities like that eventually. So, man, sorry. Like, I just, yeah, love my dad and want to honor him. I think that's important. And I don't know why we got so emotional. I mean, dadgum, what are we doing? Like, let's, come on. We got to keep it light, guys. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's get in the woods.